Some schools are still not ready for the start of the new school year. That's the revelation from the president of the Jamaica Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, JAPSS. The new president notes, aside from the wave of teacher migration, Beryl's blows remain evident and funds appear to be far from adequate. Nika Lewis reports.
The readiness of schools, often evident at this point in August, is yet to be seen in some institutions hit hard by the Category 4 Hurricane Beryl last month. JAPSS President Linvern Wright says it will undoubtedly be harder for some schools than others, reminding some parishes were worse battered than others. Some schools were also used as shelters.
Some schools are going to be ready because some weren't as affected by Beryl as many others have. Many schools in St. Elizabeth, I have reports, are not going to be ready in terms of infrastructure. Some things might be worked out with the ministry in terms of how some of them can begin, but there are definitely going to be hitches and glitches in terms of how things are going to work for them. The challenges we have, the truth, as I said, some schools are going to be ready, but what many schools are struggling with is a funding model that says, boy, we are to work with the same amount of money operationally since 2016.
Wright notes lingering concerns among members to include staffing and funding.
So 8 years, principals have not gotten an increase, and there's an expectation that we are going to make it work. I don't know of any business that really has been operating on the same amount of money for the last 8 years and is doing well and not struggling. So that's one. The second thing, as many of you might know, is teacher shortage. Really a big thing. You might hear the government looking to countries in Africa and Asia for teachers. We welcome that. The only things that we had expected a little more consultation, so we could have worked out much better how targeted it could be in terms of the recruitment. But it is not something that in principle are against as an association. It is something that we just expect that there would have been more discussions about, so we know how to target it much better.
He accepts things have been happening, even if a tad late. Meantime, Wright, the principal of a Trelawney-based high school, lauded the support of stakeholders in helping schools do more. He also encouraged parents who can make contributions to schools to do so.
We know it's government policy that your child really shouldn't really be paying, as what government says. But you all know that for your child to get a quality education, you have to contribute something. And we're asking you to understand that you should contribute something, and we want to work with you when you're doing the contributions. So essentially, we want to just thank those parents, and we're expecting you to work with us, because it is challenging working with your children, and you know that they stay with us for most of the day, most of their waking day. So we're expecting you to just stay awake and give us some support as parents.
Nika Lewis, CVM News.